Hello, dear friends. We have listened to these words before, but they bring today a new approach. Opinion piece. Team change. Paradigm shift. Smooth transition. Coup d'etat in Russia. We are heading for a reset. The water of truth is poured out. If you know who you are, there is no fear. Let's start. A changing of the guard is happening that changes the old ways, the old illusory three-dimensional system. But this is only happening for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Watch it happen as if it were a movie that will reach its goal at the end of a glorious denouement, will be experienced, and a wonderful beginning to the new golden age, says Sanandra through James McConnell. With the changing of the guard, the old guard is no more, nor will they be, for they will not stand the light nor the truth that comes in. For they always speak to stay in the shadows, they stay in the darkness, but they cannot, for the light illuminates that darkness. They must come out, and they are coming out much faster than they have planned. Definitions. The term changing of the guard refers to a protocol in which members of a unit relieve each other of the task of guarding an important location. The changing of the guard is often performed with a formal ceremony that includes music, marches, and choreographed movements. The main purpose of the changing of the guard is to ensure a smooth and continuous transition in the protection of an important site. It also represents loyalty and integrity. The term paradigm shift refers to a transformation in the way we think about, understand, or approach a particular issue, concept, or situation. It implies a profound change in the assumptions, beliefs, and frames of reference that guide our understanding and perception of the world, breaking with previous approaches and giving way to new ways of thinking and acting. The term old guard refers to a group of people who have been in a position of power, authority, or leadership for a long time, and who can be seen as representatives of an older generation with an entrenched mindset. It can suggest the resistance to change, lack of flexibility, and obsolescence in relation to current challenges and demands. These people tend to have an entrenched focus on established traditions and practices, and may be reluctant to accept or adapt to change, innovative ideas or new ways of doing things. According to Steve Biko, none of these dark people will thrive in the atmosphere that exists as frequencies rise, because they refuse to ascend. Players. Those of the forces of light have forced the truth to be presented. It seems to be unfolding very slowly, but it must happen this way in order to follow the great universal plan of divine source that drives this project, with all of you who are the players within this film, the actor and the director as well, and even the producers and also the viewers who are watching this film. You are all participating in the changing of the guard. It has to happen. It is happening, and it will continue to happen more and more. You will see and experience a new experience that will catapult these great changes, raising the momentum, raising the light that is coming out as a waterfall, just as water cascades down after a destroyed dam bursts and pours everywhere the water of truth, light, and spirit. As you continue to move forward, you allow these changes to happen first within the individual that you are, but each of you is different and has a different ascension experience. Everything is meant to be exactly as it is happening now. You are the catapult that is creating this, and all those who are assisting in this process beyond this planet are watching over you whenever they can. We are all here to work in this process, to carry this ascension forward, and not only for the Earth and all beings on the planet, but for the entire solar system. And even the galaxy is moving through this ascension. It is a wondrous time, not as dark times, but as light and truth moving forward. The end of the old and the beginning of the new. You are the new dawn beginning to rise. Be the Christ consciousness that you are all carrying. Allow yourselves to be the one. Reset. The word on the street is that we are heading towards a reset. It means a change by resetting things back to zero. Very much like restarting the computer. It suggests whipping out whatever is currently happening to bring in a new program or a new operating system. A process to stabilize everything and create a standard code for doing things. It sounds bad because it requires change. It sounds bad, not bad. But most of us are comfortable with the way things are. That's mainly why we resent any idea of a reset according to Div 23. The key to taming the animal called fear is to know who you are. Write a list of the things that worry you. Assign each item on your list a value from 1 to 10, with 1 being the least and 10 being the greatest fear. Robots are about to enter our lives, giving rise to driverless vehicles, whether on land, on water, in the sky, or in space. There is a lot on the agenda for the future. Reset news. We are in a phase of transparency. A door has been opened and back channels are important. People will want accountability, says the X22 report. Demonetization could happen much faster than expected. Michael Goddard told the St. Petersburg Economic Forum. The BRICS group countries has spearheaded the move towards a new asset-backed BRICS currency to be announced at its annual Leaders Summit on 22-24 August in South Africa. The dollar, euro and sterling could all suffer a loss of confidence at the same time. If gold goes from $2,000 to $10,000 an ounce, the dollar would depreciate by up to 80%. This would cause a confidence breakdown. The strength of the dollar is the price of gold in dollars, as the yellow metal is not yet a central bank currency. The IMF and the World Bank no longer work, according to Lula da Silva. The World Bank will provide Kiev with another $1.75 billion. What does Macron's proposed to the new global financial pact seek to achieve? At the summit in Paris, representatives of some 100 countries called for a new international financial architecture built after the end of the Second World War to be constructed and for the necessary public and private resources to be mobilized for these purposes. Most of the leaders' criticism was directed at the World Bank and the IMF. Economy. Wall Street falls sharply and has its worst week since March. The Spanish IBEX falls 2.4% in the week in the face of monetary tightening. Argentina had a trade deficit of $1.154 million in May. BlackRock executive admits on camera, in quotes, "War is good for our business. Instability creates opportunities for profits." Russia blows up Ukraine's granaries and wheat prices are set to soar. Russia. Rumors of coup in Russia by Wagner Group. Fortress plan enacted to protect vital facilities, block mobile phones and restrict normal civilian life. Wagner accuses the Russian Defense Ministry of attacking its positions. Russia denies rumors of alleged attacks on the Wagner Group. Russia has dismissed as untrue a video and statements attributed to the head of the Wagner Group about an attack of one of the private military company's bases. Wagner later urges revolt against Russian military command. Wagner founder Yevgeny Prigozhin called on Russians to join his 25,000 fighters against the defense minister and other top commanders. Criminal case on the call for rebellion from Wagner's founder. Prigozhin's statements call for a civil conflict, a stab in the back of the Russian armed forces, the press office said. A deputy commander of the Russian forces calls on Wagner to solve the problems peacefully, not to help the enemy. Ukraine is taking advantage of the rebellion of Wagner's boss to attack according to Russia. Science and technology. Summer storms hit Central Europe. The first heat wave of the summer arrives in Spain on this Sunday with 42 degrees Celsius. The irradiation of our world is killing the birds. A powerful gamma-ray burst is detected as a way to destroy a star. Scientists create an anti-radiation polymer that could enable stellar travel. Russia builds the world's most powerful rocket engine for Soyuz 5. The Titan bathyscaphe didn't meet the requirements for descending to extreme depths. It was destroyed due to structural problems. The director of the film Titanic, James Cameron, discovered that the design of the Titan bathyscaphe's hull was risky. On the first day of the dive, a sound of the implosion was recorded during the descent, and all communications with the submarine were lost. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.